Story time about this girl who faked being Latina. So there was this girl who went to my school. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah is the queen of lies. In every subject we talk about, Sarah always, and I mean always, comes up with a lie that has to do with her life. Here's an example. What if we're talking about Tom Holland? She'd just come in and say, "Oh yeah, Tom Holland is my dad's friend. I met him once." You know, these types of lies. Another one is when she told everyone she's Latina. It was lunchtime in school, and we were talking about where we went for the summer. Sarah tells us that she went to Spain, and she started telling us on what she did there, and says that she's 50% Latina. She also said that she lived in Spain for 6 years, and if there is any person who lived in Spain for 6 years, they must know how to speak Spanish. And then my friend Kayla asked her, what does good morning mean in Spanish? We all know it's buenos dias. And my friend Kayla asked Sarah, what does good morning mean in Spanish? And then Sarah looks at us, looks back at her food, and said, I don't know, I'm still taking Spanish lessons. And we just look at her, that she doesn't even know what good morning means in Spanish. If she had lived in Spain for 6 years, she would have known what it meant. I don't know how, but that incident has spread around the entire school. Every person that walks past Sarah just says, Buenos dias, basically teasing her about not knowing what good morning means in Spanish. And then Sarah didn't show up to school for 3 days after that. And oh boy, we haven't even gotten to the crazy part. The 3 days pass and Sarah comes back to school. As soon as she walks into the class, everyone's eyes was on her. She came up, sat in her seat, and this lady showed up to school. So after 3 days of Sarah not coming to school, she showed up in a crop top, skinny jeans, fake nails, and fake lashes. And her hair was in a bun with edges. Yes, you heard me, edges. This lady is white. And in lunchtime, she took out a bag of hot Cheetos and some dipping sauce. I don't know if this was supposed to make us think she's Latina, but trust me, it didn't work. All of the freshmen and sophomores took out their phone and started filming her. This is where I kind of felt bad, but she ran to the bathroom crying, and she just stayed there and didn't show up to any classes for the rest of the day.
This is part 1 of how I scammed my scammer friend. A few months ago, I loved to play Adopt Me. I would always join a server and trade everyone. One day, I saw my best friend playing Adopt Me. She never usually played Adopt Me. But when I joined her, she had a lot of pets. The last time I saw her, she only had a dog. I was a little confused, but I still said hi. She didn't say one thing to me. She just walked away. Everyone was crowding her. She had so many Mega Neon Legendaries and Neon Legendaries. I got really suspicious of her. But I just kept on trading. A few minutes later, I see her walking into her Adopt Me house with someone else. Her door wasn't locked, so I went inside. Come back for part 2. This is part 2 of how I scammed my scammer friend. When I went inside, I saw that my friend was asking her to trust trade. I immediately knew what she was doing. Then she said if she trust trades, she'll give her a Mega Neon Legendary. I was hoping for the girl to say no, but she said yes. I got really worried. I was spying from the kitchen and she was in the living room. I knew I had to say something. I went in and I said stop. I told the girl to leave. My friend just stood there for a moment. I told the girl that my friend's scamming you. She didn't believe me. Then I started talking to my friend. I asked her why she was scamming. She didn't say anything and just left the game. Then I get a text message. It was my friend. She threatened me and said, if you tell anyone that I'm scamming, you'll see what happens next. Come back for part 3. This is part 3 of how I scammed my scammer friend. When I got her message, I got extremely mad at her. I asked her why she was scamming. She just left me on red. I kept asking why she wouldn't tell me. She left me on red again. I told her to give the pets back. She said no. Then I saw her playing Adopt Me again. I had to join her. When I joined, she was scamming again. I told everyone in the server that she's scamming. Then she left the game. Then I heard a knock on my door. It was her. Come back for part 4. This is part 4 of how I scammed my scammer friend. I opened the door and I saw that it was my friend. She just said, "You'll regret this," and left. I went to go tell my parents. They immediately messaged her parents. I got off Roblox for a bit and went to watch TV. Then I see that her parents texted back. They just said, "Leave my daughter alone." I got so frustrated, so I texted them back. I said that your daughter's a scammer. They didn't believe me. I went on Roblox for a bit and I saw that she was playing Adopt Me. I joined her. When I saw her, she had even more pets. I was furious, so I tried to scam her. I asked her if she wanted a trust trade and she said yes. I said she goes first. She said okay. I was shocked. Come back for part 5. This is part 5 of how I scammed my scammer friend. This is the last part. Surprisingly, she gave me all of her pets. I was shocked. I didn't think she would actually give me all of her pets. Then in the chat I said, "Have you learned your lesson to not scam?" She was confused. So then I left the game. And I didn't give her pets back. Then I got a knock on the door. It was her parents. I didn't answer it. They kept knocking on the door. I eventually had to open it. I opened it and they asked to give the pets back. I said no because your daughter's a scammer. Then I just closed the door on them. I haven't talked to her since. She never messaged me anyways. She learned her lesson.